Guys, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of what we're calling Blood on the Reik, in a game that we're still calling Warhammer Fantasy, even though it's clearly the farthest thing from it. We are here with our full cast and crew. We're here with the wonderful Cherry Bob-omb. We're here with Justin from Mage Hand Press. We're here from Daddy Sheepdog himself, and the wonderful, amazing, for putting up with us, Simon, the Wandering GM. That being said, guys, if you want to interact with this show and add to or take away from the shenanigans, check that donation section down below for a super awesome brand new panel that we just had made more than halfway through the season, but it's real pretty looking. And with that, we'll send things over to Simon. Simon, take us away into whatever shit show we're going to make of your plot.
Yep. I'll do the recap this time, and just so we remember, all of us, me included, because my notes are a bit confusing as to what happened last time. But last episode, you guys infiltrated the castle in the center of town. You, using a clever disguise as a servant, Gale made his way into the servants' quarters while, oh boy, names. Remember to put your names in Zoom, please, just so I remember them as well. But Gangolf and Anders waited by a canal to wait for a signal from Galarian, and they never noticed that the entire canal was full of dead bodies. There was a discussion about Shepherd's Pie, which we're just going to gloss over, and inside the castle, the servant Galarian was confronted by the actual necromancer, by Bernard Hours, who was raving about his food and how it was, well, since it was Galarian's fault, because he admitted to it, would be his last action in life would be to serve him food. When Galarian stepped out into the dining hall, he noticed that the entire mayor's family had been chained and zombified, chained to chairs and zombified, though the chains were loose and most of them weren't even bolted. Jeez. A fight ensued in which Anders valiantly tanked a whole mob of zombies while Gangolf shot at them from a distance, and Galarian handled the necromancer by holding him down in shadowy tentacles and counterspelling all of his spells until the necromancer fell.
Some might say heroically, valiantly, honorably. You know,
I said valiantly. I mean, I could have said recklessly, suicidally,
no.
Like an idiot.
Stupidly.
I don't know what those are.
It's fine.
Boldly. Anyway, that being said, it's at that moment that through a half-open castle door enters Clementia, who was following the party all along and was outside, standing watch in case someone saw you enter the castle or heard the loud, numerous gunshots. Which, to be fair, Clementia, right before you come in the castle, you are standing across the street, hiding in an alley, looking out over to the castle, and you notice these two guards leave their posts after Gangolf and Anders make their way inside.
Oh boy.
There are a few minutes of silence, and then a shot goes off. And then another. And then another. And another. You can hear the faint cries of what seems to be Anders telling Gangolf to hurry up, or Galarian maybe. And you see from outside the castle just the very air turn black and seep into the castle through cracks and windows. And then the air turns gray, like smoke. But instead of billowing outwards from the castle, it billows inwards. and then silence for a good minute. That's when you decide to make your way inside, just in case.
I'm sure this is fine.
And as you step in, Anders, Gangolf, and Galarian, what would Clementia see in the main hall of this castle?
Well, I'm still disguised.
You are.
That's right.
You are.
You're a busty lady.
That's right, because I bought the outfit.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. I'm probably currently dealing with the body to make sure it doesn't come back.
How did the necromancer die? I can't remember that.
Spells, and then
Did he overexert himself or something?
Yep. He died from one of his own spells because it was miscast over and over. I don't know if you remember, but there's a bunny somewhere that's going to give birth to a mutant.
Yep, I remember. Okay.
Oh yeah, Clementia, you weren't there, so there was a miscast of a spell at some point, and somewhere within like a mile radius, there's a bunny about to give birth to a mutant bunny.
I'm sure that's the least.
Yeah, the bunny witch hunters are going to take care of it.
It's fine.
No worries. It can only be.
Have you seen this campaign? You think that could be the least of our worries? That could be the most of our worries now.
It's true.
Considering the way the campaign's gone, I assume we're going to end up in Monty Python and the Holy Grail scene.
Yeah, that's definitely the most of our worries, for sure.
You did end up to something similar when Baby Zombie jumped at Anders.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, God.
I punted that baby zombie, though, for sure. I whacked it with my shield. I said, get out of here, splat.
Of course, yeah.
As you do.
Uh-huh.
To deal with the necromancer's body, can I just have...
Oh yeah, the necromancer was finished off by all of you together at once, laying down a coup de grace.
Yeah, can I use the tentacles that are wrapped around him to just pull him apart?
This is gory and disgusting. I love it. The tentacles start stretching the body, and with a crack and a slurp, the body just splits apart. I'm gonna need all of you to make a cool check.
I feel like that's where Clementia walks in. Oh, for shit's sake! Are you kidding me? What the shit? Gale! You're a monster!
It's barely...
I'm making a cool check.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
Straight up cool check.
I'm still gonna go, what the fuck? I may not be about to vomit, but I'm still like, So this is what happens when I leave you guys alone.
Yeah. Every
For 2 hours.
Why do I leave you
Gangolf.
guys alone?
Gangolf and Anders, you cannot help but gag at the sight of this, and you are both going to gain 1 corruption point.
Good.
Unless...
Okie dokie.
I feel like that goes somewhere on my sheet that I don't know where it is.
It goes somewhere on the sheet, but you can just note it down anywhere for now.
Cool.
It's not going to be that big of an issue until you gain more, and then you can your mind might start twisting and acclimating you to the horrors of the world, and or have physical mutations.
That's good for him.
How much corruption?
Just one, just the one.
It's the first one Gangolf has got this whole campaign.
Oh my god! For what are you serious right now? That was not my accent at all. I don't know where that came from.
I was
okay.
Anders, you okay?
No, I don't think I am. He just tore the man to shreds, and it the whole different thing to my larynx, and I didn't know what to. I didn't. I'm covered in zombies. They're everywhere on me, and that was the worst thing I've seen all day. I killed a baby myself.
I think it was already dead, to be honest.
Whatever it is, I re-killed a baby, and that was still the worst thing I've seen in the last 2 hours. Oh my god.
Just let it all out, darling.
Again,
it'll be
I need a
fine.
fish pants ale is what I need.
Oh, hey,
Ew.
Connor.
Hi. So you guys have been busy.
Welcome
We've been-
to the
yeah.
mayor's house.
This looks like a great place for a mayor. Except, wait, what's the opposite? What the fuck is going on?
You see, this the bits and pieces of this right here over on my shoe. That's the wizard. No, that's not the wizard. That's the mayor.
Yeah.
And that's his wife, and that's
Oh.
his children, and the one over there that looks like a squished potato. That's the baby.
No, that actually went out the window.
Oh, it went all the way out the window. What is that
Yeah.
bit then? Maybe it got hit. It could be a chunk of the baby. I don't know. And that's those several dozen chunks. The several dozen chunks over there. I think it's the wizard. I think we can say that it's the wizard.
I saw what. Just saw that part. I don't want to know what the potato chunk is.
Definitely part of a baby. It jumped at me like a.
I wouldn't say definitely. Like, there's a lot of body parts about the place. It could be anyone's.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
Okay, so now what?
So the lady servant now says we need to head to the tower in the old district.
Do we know?
Oh yeah, the lady.
I think you need to head there. Maybe. I don't think we do.
Clementia, that's Gale. Look at his tits. Gengrel pointed him out. He said it right away, immediately. He said,
I didn't say look at them. I said they were nice. There's a difference, man.
even worse, I think.
It was a
Is there a
compliment.
difference?
I don't think it was.
You know, you fill that out better than I think I would have. Good job.
See, that's a compliment, I think.
Well, thank you. And Gengolf, just remember, anytime that you try Plan B, could be me.
Oh, gross.
And I just keep walking.
Oh,
Ah! Not when I'm drinking.
I didn't. Gengo,
Yeah.
what if he decides to play a prank on you and he disguises himself as the innkeeper's wife?
Right?
What do you do after that if you find out? Do you just run into the horde of zombies like I did, but without any armor on? That's what I would do.
I don't know who comes off worse in that situation, to be honest.
That's true. You're right.
So, is it playing a prank on me, really, or is it
it's
just
a
like
lose for everyone? I think.
Self-destruction kind of thing going on?
You know what I would request is if this happens, this worst case scenario.
Sure, yeah.
Don't tell me about it.
Right.
I don't want to know. That's it. I don't want that image in my head. It's there already, and if you confirm that it happened, I'm just gonna, every time I look at you, I'm just gonna see it happening, and it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be, because I'm just picturing what he looks like now, but with his normal face, and that's just a terrifying sight.
When you look around, Anders, to look at Galarian, you notice that there's a black veil moving up from the ground.
I noticed that?
Between you and Galarian, well, everyone kind of do. From the remains of the necromancer, it looks like a cloak that someone would have picked up by like the hood and just lifted up.
Anders shouts, I think. Oh, it's the wind! It's your dirty wind! Am I a wizard? I can see the dirty wind now.
Lady, Galarian, come back.
I turn around as everyone's reacting and I look at what is happening.
The cloak suddenly expands as if someone was donning it. And it looks like a floating... it's as if there was a floating invisible figure inside the cloak and that it was just held aloft by invisible wind. And a deep, unnatural voice comes out of the hood and says...
I counter the spell.
I shoot it.
A spell.
I shoot it.
You fire and your bullet just goes right through and hits the wall.
That's a waste of a bullet.
You've heard of those creatures before, Galarian. They're called wraiths. And short of magical weaponry, there is no earthly means to deal with it. But the wraith just says, "My master will hear of this." And it flies out the window. And it cries in pain as it does so because the sun is still out.
That's not good.
That kind of took away from the whole scary aspect of this situation. The fact that it got hurt on the way out.
Yeah. Well, the sound is
My master will hear of this. Fuck the sun.
It's more like an unearthly screech. But yeah.
Okay.
So that
So-
seems like a problem.
Oh yeah, the necromancer's master is what's his name, Simon?
The Graf
Graf.
Graf von Brewer.
Yeah.
Brewer.
Oh, the guy that's been the problem the entire time. Yeah,
Right.
that makes
Yeah. The one who's in charge of the entire the area.
Turns out that our lord, who's kind of an asshole, is actually an asshole. Who'd have guessed it?
More than kind of, yes.
So. What do we do now? Do
No idea.
tell people we just
The tower that I mentioned that we need to get to?
I think most of us have been just making it up as we go along, to be honest, so far.
I'm headed towards the
for
tower.
about 8 or 9 weeks now. I've just been kind of winging it.
And as I walk away, I'm going to slowly drop the disguise.
All right.
That's a
Do
good
you
pair.
have?
It's
do
Didn't
you
you
have,
just drop in there?
It's still so disconcerting every time he does it. It just shifts right back into... Where does he put it?
He shifts into Galarian, but he's still wearing the dress.
It's very low.
I've got my robes with me. I'll put them on.
I really hope he goes to see the wizard people with that dress on.
A little bit.
I bet it
we
gets like a good underdraft.
Do we
What?
see the wizard people too? Like, I don't feel like.
I feel like I don't want to.
Old Town, not the... Not...
Nobody's making sense right now.
Oh, the horn!
It's
Yes,
been
right.
a little bit of a confusing day.
If you blow the horn, it wakes up all the dead, right? That's what the plan is, right?
Well, it's fixed if the...
Listen, sometimes I listen when he talks.
Okay, if this guy
Right.
was the one that enchanted the horn,
Uh-huh.
the horn should be dispelled.
Okay.
But if it was somebody else, the horn could still be primed with magic.
Right. Now, about the guards that are there at the tower? The ones that don't let us in there, right?
Didn't
Hopefully
weird
our
old
spy
man-
friend might help us with that.
Oh. Well, your tips probably would have helped us as well if you just sort of give me a little...
I can bring him back.
Especially if you're going to go.
Hello. Just go.
All right! You're a lady!
I feel like
I'm glad you remembered.
I feel like you'll be better received as that maid lady if you turn up to the guards and say you want to blow their horn.
Oh,
You guys are having a little bit too much fun.
This is what happens when you miss an episode, Cherry.
I
This
think-
is what you come back to. This is 100% your fault, I believe.
Gandalf, was that some, fantasization?
Oh, don't, nope, don't, let's just end that. I don't want to picture it. It's already bad enough in my head about, I don't know what's worse, the necromancer being exploded or that. Vision in my head. I don't. Let's go to, let's do the horn thing. Oh god, it's just in there, and then he's...
The
it's
what?
just the horn thing.
We're doing the horn thing.
Is there any way to test that the horn is unmagical before we blow it, or we just
No, we wouldn't blow the horn. We would. We need to see if it's enchanted or not, and I can examine it.
Okay.
Please, no one blow the horn, please.
Okay.
Can't tell me what to do.
so the
But please don't blow the horn, or I will break your ankles. Clement just says as she starts following him.
I feel like she would do it too.
four of you head out to the Horn of Magnus
Yes.
into Old Town, and so you leave the unlooted, empty castle behind, and head out to Old Town. And you see, even before you get to the tower, you remember how massive this tower is. It towers over everything in Ubersreik, and the horn, the giant brass carved horn that comes out of it, is visible from the outskirts of Old Town at the very least. And through your second sight, Galarian, you notice that the winds inside have dissipated.
We're good.
Okay, so should we head back?
Yeah, we can do that.
Where are we headed back to? Just to be clear.
Tavern?
Can we make sure that I'm not going to be a frog statue?
What if we borrowed?
What?
What if we borrowed some resources from that castle that's currently empty?
You don't remember the entire conversation where Gale came and said, "Hey, you have to help me stop the necromancer because the wizards are going to turn you into a statue or a frog or a statue of a frog."
Okay.
Yes, we need to go there, but there's an unattended castle right now.
I don't.
I feel like stealing from the mayor and his family after heroically saving everyone is going to kind of not really look good to anyone.
Plus,
Or
I assume there's guards there still.
there's also not a lot you can do with a castle if you're a statue.
Well, and maybe we should just tell, I don't know, the church or somebody, and they'll reward us for our great deeds.
I feel like that's not going to happen even slightly.
Or
knowing
that
the
old
truth.
guy. What's his name? The brother of the whatever cloak? Cloak
He
man?
looked really poor, to be honest.
You know, maybe I look really poor and I'm loaded.
Well, I can meet with the wizards if you're scared to meet with them, and y'all can go to the tavern or loot the castle or report our victory to the castle, the guard, the church. How many other people did we talk to?
I don't know. I thought you were keeping track of all that.
The captain of the Ubersreik militia is pretty much Captain Schultz. Commander Ulrich Schultz is the one that was in charge of like this whole investigation about the serial killer and all that, and he's probably your best bet as far as who to tell that this is over.
Just tell the captain before I meet back with y'all that I need to examine the belongings of the necromancer and his room before anyone else goes in there.
I have a question. Just gonna throw something out there. We don't really have a body of the necromancer because it was ripped apart, and what most people are going to see is that we ran into the castle and killed a whole load of people.
Yeah, you did sort of shred the evidence into tiny pieces.
It looks a little bit like we killed the mayor and his family, and Anders beat the crap out of a baby.
I just hit it once.
The head is intact.
Okay.
Grab the head. The bodies of the mayor's family are rotted beyond recognition.
I recognize them.
Well, let me rephrase it. It's clear they weren't recently killed. And then you have the servants that were in the castle can corroborate your story.
Okay.
We need to tell people about this and figure out how to tell people that the asshole von Asterton is doing all this. And
Oh yeah, that guy.
It's definitely not his
I hate
name.
that guy.
It's
Yes,
definitely not his name, but I like that one better.
I think
do
he's
too.
in charge of Nuln at the moment, asshole von Asterton.
Probably.
So are y'all coming with me to the wizards, or are y'all going to deal with the captain first?
I'll deal with the captain.
I'm also not going to go to the wizards. They're terrifying.
Okay.
Why don't you wizards and I'll supervise, and she points to Anders.
Clementia,
Why does everyone say that when they
It's-
point to me?
it's imperative that no one enters the necromancer's room until I've had a chance to make sure that nothing is waiting for somebody in there.
Should we do that first, or you want to wizards first?
Just have the guards keep people out.
Okay, we can do
I'll,
that.
I'll appease the wizards.
Sounds fun. She just goes off to talk to the guards and then.
I think for the first time ever, guys, we have a plan A.
I just, while he's out of earshot,
Right.
what about the loot in the castle?
I cast eavesdrops.
Maybe something small, but like.
I mean, it's not really my thing,
like-
but I feel like it's your thing, kind of, and like, 5 gold is a lot of gold, but I'd like more than 5 gold forever would be great.
Right, which is why telling people that we saved their asses from asshole von Asserton is
Right.
going to garner us respect
Favor, yes.
and favor and money. That is the best way to
I
make
understand the long game, yes.
Yes, not the
You understand the long game, Anders?
No, I don't, but I've heard her say it before, and I just figured this is probably what it was.
I wanted to sound smart.
and I've been rich this whole time. So why don't
I've
we
heard-
try my way? And if that doesn't work out, we'll sneak back in and steal some shit.
See, I've heard people say it, and they're either very poor when they say it or very rich when they say it, and I'm very poor now, and so I feel like it's only upwards to go from here.
Okay.
All right,
could
so
go
I
wrong?
got the guards guarding the room with the stuff. Where's the captain? I don't think I've met the captain.
Captain Schultz is in the city's barracks,
All right,
in Ubersreich barracks.
let's go talk to the guard guys and tell them how awesome we were and stuff.
I feel
All
like
right.
you weren't there for much of it. I feel like you're getting
Hey.
credit for something you didn't do.
I kept watch.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I bought the costume. I have participated.
Okay.
What did you participate in?
Watching, apparently.
I spent the money on the costume for the
Oh.
stuff and the things
Right,
and
right. No, I'm there with you. I got it.
There was a lot of standing outside saying, "Oh, that sounds like a nasty fight inside
Hey.
the castle."
I did a lot of stuff before and got myself stabbed. Now that I'm better, I can do that stuff. But before
Okay, good. Now that
I
the
don't need to
danger's
be
gone,
re-stabbed
something
because
dangerous.
that's how you die, is when you get stabbed too close to. She just puts her hand.
No, I think it'll be fine right now. I went to the temple and I got some ribbons and I learned how to sew better and I don't need to use my fishing line anymore. I get actual things. It'll be fine. If you get stabbed again, I got you.
All right. Well, it's still not healthy to get stabbed.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, do
fine.
your best to not get stabbed, for sure.
Right. And now that I'm healthier, if I got stabbed again, it would be okay. So let's go to the captain. She just starts walking, hoping they're
All
following.
So Galarian is going to the mages, Clementia to Captain Schultz, and you are followed by Gangolf and Anders. All right. So while this conversation was happening, of course, Galarian had plenty of time to go out and cover maybe half the way to. You're halfway to the mages by the time the conversation ends, and thus get to their observatory a lot earlier than they will reach Captain Schultz. So you can probably head out to Schultz after if you wanted to and meet up with them. But
Sounds like a plan.
as you approach, the door stands open, and you hear a voice coming from inside that says, "Apprentice, come in. We were expecting you." And when you come in, there are 3 wizards standing here. The first 2 you recognize. Well, actually, even the third you recognize. It's just that the last time you saw the third wizard, he was dead on a slab, being autopsied.
Apart.
Yep.
Into many, many pieces.
He bears a lot of scars on his body of wherever and everywhere that you cut it to inspect his death or what has happened. He looks feeble, coughs a lot, but says, you have my thanks.
You should be dead.
I was for a good while.
I cut your body apart because of the dark winds that was gathering in it.
And ye just sought to bring me back to life. For a short time, anyway.
Gandalf? I'm sorry, I couldn't.
He whacks you over the head with a stick.
I'm sorry, he came back. He's in white robes.
Yeah, well, he was always in white robes.
Yeah. Sorry. Anyways, you were brought back for a little bit.
To oversee and officiate your graduation, young elf.
All right. I'm slipping into second sight to make sure that this isn't some Black Wind stuff.
It's actually there is no mage there. It's just the white wind. So he's probably speaking through the white wind or some such, but that mage is long dead. Okay. He's just he must have been very powerful to have like this sort of contingency spell where he could project his consciousness even past death. And says, "You are now no longer an apprentice. You have shown great prowess in the magical realm. Are these crickets?"
Yeah, those are crickets.
You are now officially... And the apparition disappears.
I look at the other two.
One of them, the alchemist, sighs and says, "We now make you an official journeyman wizard, elf."
Thank you. I appreciate the acknowledgement and the advancement. So, the necromancers clearly dealt with. The royal family, the mayor's family, is all dead. They've been for some time. And you two are probably the closest thing this city has to any real authority.
Good.
Now, is the Heavens wizard, is he being like a snotty little asshole still? Because like he was...
He hasn't said a word since you came in.
So, okay, I look to him then, and I just say, "You doubted me. You didn't see in the stars, in your predictions, in the possible futures, this being resolved."
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I have also seen in the stars that you would try to rub it in my face like the little ass you are.
Well, assholery begets assholery.
And he looks at you. He's shorter than you because, of course, you're an elf. You're taller than him. But he looks at you from all of its height, looks into your eyes, and you can feel like the most imperceptible of nods of acknowledgement coming from him.
I give him a slightly more visible nod. And is there anything else while I'm here?
Have you recovered the Necromancer's Tome of Magics?
I'm about to go back and do so. But you should know that the Graf, apparently he's died and come back.
None of our concerns. Ubersreik stands outside von Brewer's territory, and we will ensure that Ubersreik remains outside of Graf von Brewer's reach.
Well, good luck with that. I'm going to go deal with an actual problem.
You feel their cold stare looking at you in the back and at your back as you walk away.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hear the voice of the Heavens Wizard say, "Close the door on your way out."
I intentionally leave it slightly cracked open.
You have made 2 powerful enemies. Clementia, Gengulf, and Anders.
The alchemist enjoyed my,
Oh, yeah. But he sort of has to side with the other one because of politics.
I love how Gangolf and Anders are just shitting on everything, and Gale is like a posh British guy. He's like, "Please close the door on your way out." Slightly ajar, fuck you, and then just leaves. Like that's his big.
Classiest of all.
Like that's his big power play. Is he leaves the door a cracked a half inch. And he-
I angle my fish knife slightly to the side.
I bite my thumb at you.
And so we leave the world of upscale politics and respectful companies and head down the gutters of Reik to the city's barracks, where Gengulf, Anders, and Clementia have made their way. As you come in, there are a handful of people claiming that something happened at the castle, and they're all swarming around Commander Schultz. And Schultz is trying to calm them down, all of them saying, calm down, people. I will have my men look into it. I am sure there is a perfectly reasonable explanation as to why you heard gunshots coming from the... you. The new deputies. People, please, give me some room. And he motions them away.
Undead hunters coming on through. Excuse us.
I fucking knew it.
Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Okay.
Schultz has this exact reaction of just sigh.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did it again. You told me to not talk and be quiet. Clementia, you want to take it from here? I don't...
Yeah.
Sorry,
Wait, Clementia wasn't even there.
But she said on the way out of the castle, she said to shut up and not talk anymore. And
What, you or me as well?
I think it's... I feel like it's just me.
Okay, can I talk, Clementia?
Yes, Gangolf. Gangolf here is going to tell you what happened at the castle. We were there.
Let us go to my office.
Sounds good.
And he has like 4 guards come in and corral the peasants into a corner and try to calm them down as their cries are now echoing what Anders said. And undead hunters, were there undead at the manor house? Was the Lord Mayor an undead?
As we go in, Anders is the last person, and he just turns around. He's like to the crowd, and then turns back and goes.
Everyone's livid.
Clementia's gonna slap him on the head and pull him in the door.
I was trying to reassure them. I didn't even say anything.
Schultz sits down heavily and warily in his chair and pours himself a glass of brandy, puts the bottle down, says, serve yourselves if you want some. I think you've earned it.
Oh, I'll take that to go.
Now, boy, what happened?
Right. So, we went to the castle to infiltrate and investigate, and we found out that there was a necromancer who had killed and re-risen all of the mayor and his family, and we heard the shouts of our personal wizard who was in trouble, and myself and Anders ran in, and we killed the necromancer and we killed the mayor's family, and Clementia kept watch.
I made sure nobody got in. No one's supposed to not get in. Nobody got out. There's
The
guards
river was
watching.
looking shifty, so she kept an eye on it.
Right. I don't think they noticed that the river was full of dead things.
There were dead things
There was
in the
dead
river.
things in the river.
I didn't see anything, and I was looking pretty closely at that river.
Like a dead fish or two, like a whole, like or like a. What are we talking about?
Let's
And-
focus on what happened inside the castle.
I just told him what happened in the castle.
I'm very concerned about how many dead things were in the river that we missed. Was it just like a handful? Was it like a dead frog or two? Was it a corpse, like a full person's corpse?
Ubuntu just looks at the captain and nods.
How did we miss corpses?
So many.
Has anybody
she's a
gone into the castle after you?
And the guards are put in front of the wizard's room. Was that the room they were protecting? Help me, brain here. And we're told to keep people out. So
Good then. And are you all right? Has any of you been wounded in the combat?
No.
just emotionally, she looks at me.
I'm fine.
No, I'm fine. Although I did... Never mind.
You did,
Now is not the time to talk about that, Anders, to be honest.
But it's
You
not
did
in the
what?
street.
you did what?
She
Not-
picks up his drink and shoves it in his mouth.
I didn't even... Don't even worry about it.
It's probably not important, Captain.
As long as no one goes searching around the castle, it'll be fine.
What have you done?
Killed a necromancer, that's what we fucking did. For the benefit of the city.
Yes. I thank you for that, by the way. Your actions have probably saved Uberstrike. I have payment here for you if you are so inclined. I gather you will be on your way to other hunts elsewhere in the Empire.
Yeah, we're just gonna check back in with our wizard stuff and then probably get out of here.
I have gathered here, and he taps a small chest, a month's wage to each of you.
Like a guard's wage or our wages?
I don't know, a guard's wage.
Oh.
So you, all four of you are gonna have 3 gold crown, but it's in silver, so it's 36 silver, I think, each. 36 or 60.
Rate's so stupid.
60. Yeah, 60 silver shillings each.
Thank you, sir. I hope this helps the lands around here and the city as a whole. And thank you.
Could I...
No.
No.
I have a question.
No.
Yes.
Fine. No, they said
What
no.
is-
It's
Go
all right.
ahead. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
No, but
No.
Just
she just takes a long.
It was fairly easy. It's not a lot of work to become a zombie hunter. You just have to hunt zombies, right? Like an undead hunter. What is the process for being like? I don't know if he's here or can hear me. What's the process for being like an elf hunter?
Oh my god.
You want to hunt elves?
I don't want to hunt them, but I heard a rumor, and I feel like we don't have any more work here in the city, and there's a war band of elves coming out of the woods to the north. And I feel like somebody has to stop them, and I would like to get paid for that.
I would avoid the elves if I were you.
Yeah, that's what everyone said about the undead, too, and that turned out to be pretty lucrative, right?
Except that the undead cannot shoot you dead with their arrows from a mile away.
Yeah.
You haven't seen a zombie jump at you.
What?
What?
Anyway, she just pushes Anders out of the office.
We really must be going. Drinks to be had, things to be done.
As you
Hunted.
As you leave, Schultz just says over your shoulder, well, perhaps a bounty hunter.
Oh, bounty hunter!
Shut up! Go,
Gandalf,
go, go,
we
go.
could be bounty hunters!
No, go.
We'll send him back if he. Yeah, we'll send him back if he wants to keep doing it. I want to make sure we cleaned up the stuff and the things.
Slam door.
Yeah,
Guys, that could be a great idea. We already did the undead hunter, now we could be bounty hunters. I wonder, does he think that pays more? Comanche, that pays more, right?
It depends on how wanted each person is and how deadly they are. And I got some shit I still need to deliver. I mean...
All right, well, I guess we could do that.
Speaking of elves, Galarian arrives.
Hey!
I see Anders.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I heard you earlier.
about what? Which part of it did you hear about?
Uh-oh.
I'll let you guess. And I just keep walking back to where everyone
But
else is in the
there's
room.
so many bad things that he could have heard.
I think he wants to be a bounty hunter too.
That's fine. He
Yeah.
couldn't do wizard things. I saw him do tentacles or something.
Or something.
I don't understand magic, Dementia. I don't know how
No,
it
it
works.
was weird. It was like dark roots came up from the ground and
Made
then
of shadow.
wrapped around and
Yep,
then he ripped him apart with it.
He did.
I saw that part. I won't
Yeah.
be forgetting that anytime soon.
No, it kind of sticks in the mind.
How did wizard stuff go?
Well, good news. No one's going to be statues.
Oh,
Cool.
great.
Wasn't even worried.
But we do need to discuss the fact that we've pissed off the Graf. And he's apparently a more powerful necromancer who commands wraiths and other necromancers. And God knows what else.
That's
Are you
true.
sure he's a necromancer?
Well, he came back from the dead, and there's only one type of person that I know that comes back from the dead physically.
I feel like everyone would know if Graf von Brunner came back from the dead.
Unless he's pulling an act similar to what his underling did. Sealed himself away.
What
When
if
was the
he's
last
a
time?
vampire? I've heard there are.
That's not even a real
vampires.
thing. Vampires aren't even... Don't be silly.
Yes, no,
They're not
they are.
even
My
real.
mate told me about them.
While they're arguing, Clementia's gonna hand Galarian his coins.
Did you tell him I need to inspect the room?
Yeah, I told him we were going back to do the stuff and the things.
Okay.
So,
I think actually we told them no one was allowed in.
well, I told him we were going back, so.
Okay.
Yeah, he understood the principle of the thing. Like, you're going to make sure that the room is secure and not to have anyone who's not a professional enter the room.
On the off chance that vampires are real, could we get like garlic and just put your bullets in the garlic? Is that a thing we could do? I think I heard about that.
Are
Isn't it
you
silver
talking
and
about
wood?
actual, like, putting my bullet in a piece of garlic?
I mean,
How would that work?
I don't...
And then I fire the garlic and bullet?
I think so. Yeah. Or you just take like a garlic clove and then you break it in half and then you rub the garlic oil on top of it and then...
And you think that would be enough to defeat a powerful vampire?
Yeah, they're allergic to it or something. They have a reaction and they...
And they what, Anders?
I think their
Do we
throat...
have any other ideas?
It's like
for
when you
dealing
get
with
stung by
vampires?
a bee and your throat closes up, but it's for garlic and for vampires.
So
No.
we're hoping that the vampire's throat will close up and it can't drink our blood?
Yeah, I
why
think...
don't we worry about vampires when we know there are... Right now we got elves and necromancers and
Right,
we've seen zombies. Why don't we focus on the things that
Sorry,
are...
I'm getting ahead of myself, you know.
Yeah.
I suddenly really want Gangolf to shoot garlic cloves out of his gun just to see what would happen. Or replace the black powder with garlic butter.
Garlic powder, obviously. poof, a pizza. Like, oh shit.
We come up with the best ideas in these strategy meetings. I swear to God.
Clementia, I am so sorry that I left you with them.
Yep, and they said I didn't do anything.
You didn't do anything.
I just
fair,
earned my pay and she
guys-
starts walking with him to the castle.
Yeah, I'm headed
When
to the
haven't
castle.
our cockamamie schemes worked out?
So you make your way back to the castle, and easily, with the help of the guards, figure out where Our was staying. They figured he was probably sleeping in the Lord Mayor's quarters, so they made sure that nobody would go in. And of course, they looked at the other rooms, and none of them were trapped. None of them had anything necromantic-like, as the guard says. So it's safe to assume that the Lord Mayor's room is the one.
All right. Thank you. I immediately slip into second sight, and I carefully open the door to the room.
All right. The moment you step into second sight, you notice a glowing black rune on the door.
I erase it.
You open the door, and inside, you see an edgelord's paradise. Candelabras with red candles, their wax fallen on the floor in many, many spots. A huge pentagram drawn in chalk in the center of the room with 5 skulls, some of them fresher than others, placed at each extremity. The bed sheets were changed to black velvet. There is a pulpit with a tome open on it. The tome is even chained to the pulpit itself. Lit up by a few candles, the room smells of incense, and there is a wickedly curved knife put on the left on the night table.
I gotta say, Simon, this is so much better than what I thought you were going to say when you were starting to talk about someone's paradise. I thought you were going to say necrophiliac's paradise, so thank you.
No.
Thank you. I
Either way.
appreciate it.
It's very, and that's when you sort of maybe clue to the fact that he was probably not that powerful a necromancer. Everything that you see here, especially with your actual magical training, you know that most of it is hocus pocus. It's nothing, it's showy, but it's nothing that would help an actual necromancer. He probably knew only very little or knew nothing at all, and the Graf was the one feeding him like the spells he needed.
Gotcha. I'm going to be looking for, assuming there's no other magic going on in this room right now, I'm going to look for maybe a certain spell or a couple different spell books. One, this guy's, and hopefully the White Mage's as well.
All right.
Hopefully.
The other 3 of you, what do you do?
I'm kind of standing outside the room, just watching what's going on. I'm afraid to touch anything.
Okay. And the 2 hunters?
Tweedledee, Tweedledum, how are you gonna fuck this up?
How dare you?
What if you could take the pistol and just, what if you get like an old crusty piece of garlic and you just, what if you put it in the oven? You know how when you put the garlic in the oven it gets real crispy, like on top of the bread?
No, like a powder.
Yeah.
What if you put that in there instead of a bullet? And you just, and it shoots out a big, aggressive chunk of garlic.
What the fuck is an aggressive?
Galarian,
Oh, you know.
make a perception check. Aggressive garlic, really?
Aggressive chunk of garlic.
Do I get a bonus for the acute sense sight?
Yeah, give yourself a plus 20.
Okay. Success.
You find 1, 2, 3 tomes that would be worth anything.
Okay. What's
One is the Light Mage's, the late Light Wizard's spellbook, or at least the remains of. Most of the pages have been burnt, but there are some that remain, enough that you can clearly see, identify 2 spells of in that book. The spells are, I'll give you that right away, Pause Protection and Speed of Thought. You can find them on page 253 of the book.
Okay, and are these white mage spells or are these arcane spells?
White mage spells.
Okay, so it's False Protection and Speed of Thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
The second tome that you find is the Necromancer's Tome.
Okay.
It contains the ritual to create the sentient zombies that you can order around, the like more powerful skeletons and zombies that he created. And also another spell that is called Screaming Skull.
And is this actual necromancy?
It's actual necromancy.
Well, you know what? I actually have a little bit of necromancy PTSD from my childhood.
Mhm.
So, there's a fire?
There's a fireplace.
Yeah, that one goes into the fireplace immediately.
The smoke of the fireplace turns jet black for an instant as the ink burns and the book shrivels. You can almost hear a distant scream as it burns to ashes.
That's cute.
And the last book was found under the bed. It is a heavy tome,
It's his diary, guys.
about this thick. Oh, yep.
Find the creepy Lord's diary and it's doing weird things? Because it looks like it's doing weird things from here. I'm not coming in there unless you need me.
It's fine.
Okay.
The pages smell funny.
Funny how?
They all smell of honey. Like they were waxed, like each page was waxed with like honey wax or something.
So my brain wouldn't go to like, this is weird. What if this is like poisoned somehow?
The title of the book is Gathered Records of How to Raise Children by Gideon Griffinhart.
What?
Now, is this like a play on words, Simon? Is it like how to like
Raise?
how to rear children, or how to like raise
them up
them
from the
the
dead.
dead?
Do you crack the book open?
No, I'm not in the room. 'Cause undead terrify me.
I'm second citing this book for starters.
There's no magic.
No magic. I put it on the bed, and I take a stick, and I open it from a distance.
The cover cracks open. It is an illustrated manuscript that is about 50 years old. It is in mint condition, probably belonged to the private collection of the Lord Mayor. It is actually a compendium on techniques on how to rear children. I think
So it's just
Cool. So it's not like a "we're having you for dinner" scenario.
no. Clementia, you were standing at the edge of the room, looking inside. Can you make a, I was going to say an appraise check, but it's not appraised, it's evaluate, just from a distance. Evaluate doesn't exist.
No.
Go with art if you have it, or business. No, it's not business.
Art, intuition, perception.
Do you not have like a trade skill based around your?
Yeah, what's your
I could have sworn there was an appraisal skill.
Oh, I have evaluate.
evaluate? There you go. Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one you wanted.
Yep.
It's It's one of my special things.
It's been a long day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use one of my points
You're gonna use one. All right.
because I haven't ever, and why not?
Yay!
Hey, much better. I evaluate the shit out of it this time.
This book, illustrated, written by hand, 50 years ago, mint condition, is worth roughly 700 gold crowns.
So, can we, I think actually at this point she's gonna walk into the room with Smite and seems like all the weird shit. If you don't need that, I will, I know a great place for it. She kind of reaches out to take the book that's on the bed because he's just using a stick or something, right?
So I'm gonna look at you. It's worth something, isn't it?
I mean, we could split it if you want, but yes, that is. Whew.
Absolutely.
All right, she's gonna pick it up and wrap it in like a scarf from her cloak and like tuck it away very gently.
Is it like a four-way split? Because we kind of killed all the undead, and you just sort of were outside the whole time.
Yeah, but who knew that this child rearing book was?
That's what I'm saying. So like a four-way situation, or
I mean, we got
Can
paid.
you stop saying 4-way?
We got.
I mean, but
What's wrong with the 4-way?
I don't understand. Just four
Well-
ways. Just
Yeah.
What? I got this thing to deliver. We could go sell the book.
the three
somewhere
guys
where-
and you. No.
Yes. Stop with the.
We could ask Gail to turn into a lady again. Figure things out.
That is like 2 and 2. I don't know how that matters when you're splitting it up 4 ways, but
The double entendre was wholesome up until Gangolf spoke.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, it's just a misunderstanding, and then Gangolf just went right in.
I'm
Plan B.
waiting for like a priest of Slanesh to just show up and be like, "Hey, have you heard?"
I think
Comes a
that's
claim, cackle.
I don't remember how many sessions we have left, but screw all my notes. We are switching to a cult of Slanesh, started by Gangolf.
Well, Clement just ran off in the middle of the night with the book. No.
I mean, like,
Kendall joins you.
You can
We
come
got-
with it.
we got paid
I just
quite a
said-
lot, Anders.
yeah, Anders is here for the ride. He has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
Or whatever cult.
Anders,
Yeah, no, what's
we
up?
got paid quite a lot.
We
You know,
did.
like,
Could you
how
get
much
to
is a stupid book worth anyway? We got like 70 silver crown. That's a shitload.
Right? It's a good bit, but I mean, before we get
70?
gold crowns.
Yeah.
I mean, we had 70 silver.
Right.
Or 60?
Add a 0 and change that to gold.
Oh,
Give them a look.
what, each?
Not each, total.
Oh,
So like 300 each then.
yeah, sure.
Numbers aren't my strong suit. Is it like a
Right.
250?
I guess fish don't
Two-
count much, do they?
2 something.
Two
Well,
two and
I
a
promise
change. Got it.
We'll figure it out. Either way, it's more money than you've ever seen in your entire life, sir.
I currently have more money than I've ever seen in my entire
We've been
life. So
doing that
any more than
recently,
that.
actually.
Would it be smart to sell the book in town, or do you think it would be?
Judging by the value of the book, you would need to sell it in Ubersreich or in a similarly big city.
Yeah.
It's not something like it doesn't have the Lord Mayor's signature on it, his name or his likeness on the book. You could have just gotten that book, have bought it off of auction. This is the type of things that normally the rich will bid on and spend their enormous wealth on such frivolities, because I'm pretty sure since it's in mint condition, it was never read.
Yeah. So she's carefully wrapped it in the scarf to put in her cloak and put it away.
Right,
very
so
carefully.
fuck this whole necromancy thing. Let's go sell that goddamn book.
Well, I mean, both are important, but yes, we can go sell the book.
There's also the issue of after selling the book, the Graf. We
Right.
talked about that.
I mean, I'm just saying, I don't want to be rude about it, but I feel like if I have 200 and change gold, I'm just gonna leave forever.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, what?
remember the Wraith?
Yeah, no, I remember him.
Part of the reason I'm kind of like, let's leave and go somewhere else, maybe.
Right.
Remember how they said that, he's going to take revenge against us? What happens if we run?
Well, I feel like it's going to take a long time to get the revenge.
Especially if we go further away than they are currently now.
Right.
It's a Wraith. It can go further faster than...
Do you know the Wraith? Do you know how far he can
I
travel?
saw how fast it flew out the fucking window!
Listen, I've played a game or two of Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm pretty sure he has a 30 movement speed. All right?
Give yourself a fortune point for breaking it.
Look. How about I make a deal? I know exactly who to sell this book to. You don't. Stick out until we get the situation handled. We'll split it up 4 ways. If you want to bust out now, I'm going to give you the cash in my pocket.
No, I'm going to wait for you to sell the book, and then I'm going to leave. Like, 200 gold is like a lot of gold. I
Right.
could buy a boat.
But perhaps I'm going to tuck this book away until we deal with the other situation.
Well, then what if we never deal with it? Or what if we get killed?
Well, basically, what she's saying is, if we don't defeat the Graf, we don't get the 4-way.
Well, that's just
Yeah.
rude.
Right?
What kind of reward is that? It's just a regular split 4 ways.
It's because I would like to not die and or have this following me around as I'm trying to do work in these lands.
Well, what if... Hold on, I have an idea. And I get to many good
Okay,
quality
good.
ideas, right?
Yes.
What if we sell the book, and then we split up the money, and then that way we could all buy armor, and weapons, and a cannon, and a boat, and
Why
like
do we need a cannon?
Because there's an undead guy.
What's
You
that
sh-
going to do against the weird ghost thing that can
Because
fly?
you shot the other undead with a tiny bullet. Imagine if you had a big bullet. How much quicker it would
But
be.
they're different types of... Are you even an undead hunter?
Not really. I just
Types
sort of
of
shouted
undead.
it until someone made it official.
Okay, well, I don't think anyone ever made it official. I think that's a
Gangrel, of
lie.
course they didn't.
The captain kind of did a little
did.
bit, unfortunately.
I have it on paper. I'm just saying, your gun was efficient by itself.
Right.
Now imagine if we had one of those guns, but bigger on a boat
All right.
from further
Who's
away.
going to fire the cannon?
You!
All right.
Why am I firing the fucking cannon?
Because you're good at
Stop.
guns. It's the same
Stop.
principle.
Stop.
Point and shoot.
There's a guard that knocks on the door and says,
Absolutely not now!
are
And
you
we're shouting through the fucking
Not
empty
now!
asshole.
We're doing
No!
something important!
are you
Get go,
done?
Anders, not you. Shush. We're almost done, sir. I'm sorry that this is taking so long. We've almost finished things.
It's
Yeah.
one would assume that you were professionals, and as they say down in Lower Oberstreik, y'all have your shit together.
Yes, sir. We're being very thorough considering all the bullshit you had to deal with. I mean, we could just skim the place and leave and hope.
No. By all means.
All
No.
right.
Take your time then. Take your time.
We'll be done soon. She grabs Anders and Gangoff by the ear and pulls them in close.
That's my ear.
I can do half now and half later if that'll shut you up. But we can't have this argument here, okay?
Are we talking about money still?
Yes.
What else were we
Okay,
talking
good.
about?
We're not talking about anything other than money.
Really? It's
What
easy
you
to-
twist Gangoff's ear a little bit more.
I don't even know what we were talking about before. I don't know. Just okay.
Well, we'll deal with the book.
right.
I can sell it now. I'll give you half now, half later. But Galarian's right. We need to deal with this or it's going to follow us around. Like, possibly literally.
Fine.
Certainly, literally.
Thank you. Let's finish doing this and we could talk about it when we're getting drunk or something.
How much does a boat cost?
No,
200
Jesus
gold, right?
Christ.
It
Let's not
depends
talk
on the
about...
size. It depends on the size of the boat.
It's not the size of the boat, it's the motion of the river.
How did we both get that fucking joke, dude?
Why don't we talk about things like that at the bar? Let's help him finish it. Do you need help? Can I be
I'm
helpful?
sorry, do you think we can help him with that? This makes no sense to me. I didn't even know the book was worth anything.
By the moment they're done, Galarian is cleaned out, emptied out the room.
Yeah.
There is nothing else magical that you can find. The wickedly curved dagger, however, is a best quality dagger, meaning that you would have a plus 10% to your weapon skill checks when using this dagger in combat.
You're muted.
Muted, I think.
Cherry.
Oh, say that again. Sorry, I thought you were talking to.
No. I was talking to Galarian to Justin, but
Yeah.
your sound is gone.
My sound is gone.
Oh, good. No,
I'm back.
there you go.
No, we're here.
So, anyone want this dagger? And I just kind of pull it out of nowhere.
Ooh.
No, I was pretty shite with the sword. That's a much tinier blade. I don't think I'd be any better with it.
I can throw them, but I'm not very good.
I'm not bad with the blade, and she'll take it and tuck it in the other side.
Well, let's just ignore Gangolf and just immediately give it away to someone else. That's cool. I guess I'll just.
You have all the other weapons from the
Gangrel,
thing.
you have a gun.
I gave like everything I found out to you guys.
That's true. You gave most of it to me.
Skilled
You gave it all to
weapon.
Anders. You didn't give it to me.
What's that? I could.
And you wonder why I sat outside the castle and didn't do anything?
That's true. The last time she got into a fight, she just got stabbed a bunch.
And now I can stab back more. So I'm gonna take this unless you're giving me the crossbow. She just
He's gonna have the crossbow. Wait, there's a crossbow?
wasn't there a
No,
crossbow
he's got a pistol.
When
Got a pistol?
from like the
the night attack,
Yes.
yes, there was a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
I take that.
Yeah.
Dude,
You took all the weapons.
I have a crossbow. Do you want it? It's been in my backpack for like 2 weeks.
It's been on his hip. He just put it on his hip and forgot it there.
It's just been hanging.
He puts it on every morning.
Jesus Christ.
He straps the leg holster on every morning. Oh, wonder when I'm going to use that.
I don't
I
know.
wonder what else I have in my bag that I may have forgotten about. Oh, let's have a look.
A book on raising children. Who knows?
Fuck me, I do have a crossbow.
You do.
Oh,
How did I remember that?
I have a pigskin case containing a very rusty, serrated knife.
For everyone who thinks that you just play D&D and everyone's professional and has a good time, this is what it really is all the time.
but we are professional and we have a good time. That's the
true.
thing.
We're not professional, but we're having a good time.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, no, we're not professional.
We'll trade at the tavern or wherever we're going.
I have tooth pliers. Where did these come from?
I don't know, but you tucked
You have a
everything away,
dentistry
and
kit.
it's been like a week.
You have a whole
There is
dentistry
now
kit in there.
5 guards and Captain Schultz just standing outside the room and looking at you, amused all of
An
them.
old gold crown. Look, I've got a crown. It's gold.
You know, there's this a play that I saw a long time ago. It was called Hoarders. You remind me of it.
Yep. Why don't we? Is the room unmagicked? Are we good here?
Taken care of. Yes.
Oh,
The
right.
room's like turned over.
Hi, everyone. I'm sorry that it's fine.
I'm sorry, Gandalf exists.
Sometimes when you're
Is super rude.
listen, when you live a life on the road and your life is all about hunting the undead, sometimes you get a little bit tapped in your noggin, and so have a good day. And he attempts to like march out past the guards.
I'm sorry, does anyone want this crossbow? Am I just going to hook it up to my leg again?
Yes, we'll exchange stuff at the dinner or wherever. I'm hungry and I want a beer that's not had anybody's pants in it.
It wasn't even that bad.
It was. She just walks out.
Adds a different layer.
There's like
Poor Garth.
5 layers on your pants.
Yeah, and it adds all 5 of them to the ale, which was shite anyway.
A 5-layered ale?
Yeah, it's technically 6 because shitty ale was the first layer.
Is that why the ale was
Like
so
the shepherd's pie of ales.
Do you have to like slice off the top layer and then?
We're gonna fade in and out. This conversation just keeps going.
Yeah, that's what
As you are now sitting around a table with drinks at the inn, still going on and on about the pants ale.
Yeah, it's like notes
So
of
you're
leather.
telling me?
Or do you like
The
make a
reason-
hole in it like an ice flow?
No, you skim it like a milk, like a goat's milk. You skim it off the
Clementia, now
top.
that she's had some
That's what you do with goat's
in a
milk?
drink.
Yeah, you gotta skim the
Anders.
whey
She's
off
going
the
to
top.
put the dagger on the table. I'll take the crossbow now.
Anders.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have
Is
a
it
crossbow
your
with 10
damn
bolts.
fault the ale was so awful back home?
No, the ale was shit before, and I improved it.
She's
It's a
gonna
family secret.
drop the crossbow around
It was
her.
god awful.
Should I go through the stuff I have in case
dump
any
it
of you
on
want
the
some
table.
of this random crap that I've accumulated?
The innkeep wife comes around your table for the third time this evening and says, I couldn't help but notice that you are, well, most of you are covered in blood and gore.
We killed half a dozen undead.
Would you need a bath?
Those two, absolutely. I don't know. How you doing, Galarian? You need a bath? Because I'm assuming Clementia's just fine.
I'm not going to lie, I do feel a little dirty.
I think we could probably all use a bath, yes.
I'll have the servants draw you a hot water bath. It should be ready in, well, maybe up to an hour.
That's fine. We have time. We have all night.
We have time.
And you while away the time before your baths are ready. They're each in separate rooms, so there's no
Okay,
communal
good.
bath thing.
I was gonna.
Um,
I had this picture of Gandalf and Anders sharing a tub.
I would
Still
have
talking about goat's
Oh my
cheese
God.
and
Yes!
layers.
But because there's only two tubs, it's Gangolf and Anders in one, and then Clementia and Lady Gale in the other to make it not
We're
awkward.
doing the like face to face, both sitting in a really skinny tub.
Or back to back trying to. Stop
At that
touching me.
point, Clementia would like take a towel and be like, "Okay, I'm done."
So you all go up to your different rooms. Galarian, you said there was something that you wanted to do before.
Yep. I'm gonna slip off from the group, and I'm gonna make myself look like Gandalf, and I'm gonna find the innkeeper's wife.
She is in the kitchen.
Plan D.
Hi.
Hi, Gangolf, it is, isn't it? Did you not find your... Ah, yes, I recognize your cloak.
He
Blanket
doesn't have my blanket. Fuck you.
illusion.
Unless he steals it, he does not have my blanket.
She says, is everything okay with your bath?
You're in the tub, so he probably could have grabbed it.
Well, I was hoping that maybe you could join me.
Make a charm check with a minus 30.
I hope you spend all of your fortune on it. Just burn it.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually want to do bad on this.
Oh, wow.
She looks at you, surprised, maybe a bit flattered, but also disgusted. She says, Gangolf, I don't know how you teenagers act in college, in Nuln, and at wherever it is that you come from, but I'm a married woman. No, I won't come and give you your bath. You're not my child, neither are you my husband.
Your husband could join.
You're not even trying to do the voice.
What is this? Is this a bad joke? You want to attract the attention of the ruinous powers.
I just want to have fun.
No, just go to your room.
And Gandalf away.
my god.
Scrub.
Now, I go take my own bath.
Okay. I was afraid there was another part to your plan. Okay.
I thought about it, but I'm just gonna let. No, actually, I am gonna continue this game.
Should not have done that.
No.
Should not have done
This is what
that.
happens when you open your mouth, Simon.
I was originally gonna be good about this, but you changed my mind. So I'm gonna look like the innkeeper's wife as I enter Gandalf's.
Oh.
Scrub my chest. Hello.
Hi.
Can I help you?
Well, I just wanted to tell you that you should meet me in my room in an hour.
But you're here now.
Well, there's something I have to take care of first. And then I just kind of give a wink.
Okay. What do you want to meet for?
You don't need to get dressed to,
I'd look a bit weird walking around the tavern naked.
I'm trying to...
Sorry?
I thought you were old enough to know what I was implying.
Okay.
My room, an hour. And what you were asking about earlier in the week,
What?
you know. And then I just walk out.
Everyone's done with their baths and at some point congregate. Well, I think 3 of you congregate downstairs. Gandalf, what do you do when you're all scrubbed clean?
Well, I'll get changed and then go to her room in an hour.
All right.
Knock, knock, knock.
Come in.
Hello.
Then you notice the innkeeper. He's currently in the process of changing. He must have dropped like soup or a stew on himself. He has like his beige white shirt is now like stained with some like brownish stain on it. And he's in the process of taking it off. And he's like, "Aren't you one of my patrons? What are you doing here?"
Your wife told me to come here.
What?
Yeah.
She what? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. She came into while I was taking a bath and said, "Come here in an hour."
Oh, I thought something bad had happened to her.
No. She seemed fine.
Oh,
I guess she's not here though.
no. Well, would you mind helping me with the shirt? I'm a little stuck.
Oh yeah, sure, of course.
You help him.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're a good lad, you know that.
Oh, thank you. Well, I guess if she's not here, maybe she got busy or something. Just tell her.
Well, he says, well, you kind of remind me of the son that Anna and I had before.
Okay.
So, he was taken by the gout.
Who are they?
It's a disease, Gandalf.
Oh.
And he ruffles your hair. And he's like, go get yourself something from behind the bar.
Oh, thank you. Well, if you see your wife, tell her she can come and talk to me about whatever it was she wanted to talk about another time.
All right, we'll do.
Thank you. Have a nice night. I'll go get something from the back of the bar.
And you notice coming out of the kitchen, the innkeep's wife, Anna, she looks at you disgusted, gives you the cold shoulder, and she brings mead and soup to the rest of the group.
Hello, Anna.
And she comes back to you with a bowl of soup, and she's like, "Oh, Gandalf, Look, I made you soup. Do you want it?
Sure.
And she pours it on your head and she says, there. And next time you try to do your little thing, I'd advise you stick to the brothels for that.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think I may need another bath.
And she just leaves.
That was weird, right?
That was
Gandalf, what the hell did you do?
I didn't do anything. She came into my bath and she was like, "Hey, come and meet me."
What are you doing covered in soup?
Yeah,
What did we say about begging?
I didn't do
I
anything. I
told
swear.
you. While we're living in here, you can't do Plan B.
I didn't do any. I swear I didn't do anything.
Then why did you just come from and she gestures to the keepers?
What?
She just picks up the drink.
Listen, Gango, people just don't go throwing soup on everyone for no reason.
I know, but I don't know the reason.
Well, there has to be a reason. Clemente, you're a lady. Why would you throw soup on someone?
Yeah, they came at me trying to get into my pants, and I wasn't
See?
into it, or they were just an asshole, or
But
they
I did.
stole one of my.
But I didn't.
Yeah, but you have a record for getting in pants.
Since when? I've got into no pants. You seduced an entire group of nuns.
I mean,
How is that my reputation?
To be fair, they lined up for it.
That's even worse. And yet I'm apparently the bad one.
back home, weren't you laying with a married woman?
That kind of just happened.
Oh, okay.
At least mine weren't even married.
They were married to God.
Not anymore.
Clement should just finishes her drink and puts it down.
Okay, so seeing as I need to go for another bath again, because apparently dumping soup on people for no reason is a thing that happens in this tavern, gonna give this a bad review!
A what?
Give it to
Bad
one star on
review.
Yelp.
Yeah. Does anyone want this crap I have? And I dump a bag down. I don't know.
What's the rest of the stuff you have? I don't even.
So I'm gonna go through it. I have a dagger and a pouch apparently. I have a bag with a writing kit and parchment. That's my blanket. You're not having that. There's a shot and powder. That's mine. Dagger, pistol. Pistol's mine. A leather jack. I don't know what that is.
It's an armor.
I've got this leather armor, which someone probably could have used a while back.
Probably.
I've got a set of dwarf crafted money scales. They're made of pewter. I've got an old gold crown. A set of dwarf crafted pewter. Oh, that's two of the same. Never mind that. That's the same. That's the same dwarf crafted money scales. I've got a gold crown featuring an elk. I think it's from Hockland. A pigskin case with a rusty serrated knife in it. There's the knife. A flask of brandy, tooth pliers, spiked tongs, and branding irons.
I think you gave me the leather jack.
Yeah, I think.
I gave you the mail shirt, which I also had.
Right. I mean, maybe we should try to sell some of it if you don't want it.
No, I want it. It's just that if... What, like, when do you not need scales of pewter, dwarf crafted pewter scales?
Yeah, it sounds like a couple of bucks to me.
So
I'm just gonna turn in for the night. I think this has been a long day.
Yes, been a long day.
Would you want this leather thing, Clementia? I think you'd look good in leather.
Excuse me?
You're about to get another soup on you if you don't watch out. I think.
What?
Clementia looks at her soup that she hasn't finished.
What? Why? It's like protection. Do you need protection, Clementia?
Probably. She hesitates, takes it.
Probably.
Wink. She'll hesitate, but she'll take it, shaking her head.
What's the armor you already have on, or do you have any armor?
I don't think any of us had armor at the beginning, so.
Yeah, you didn't have any armor, so it's a leather jack.
Yeah.
If it's a leather jack, it gives you 1 point of armor on both your arms and your body. Which is useful. And so you go to sleep that night.
I take a bath.
You take a bath and then go to sleep.
Yes.
We'll skip the shopping part. We'll do that off camera. Just because it's probably going to be a bit easier. But there's one part, though, that we need to focus on, and that's if someone actually wants a boat.
Wants what?
Someone wants a
I
boat.
can't actually afford a boat. A boat's like 1,500 gold crowns.
Yet, as your group travels the streets of Reik, Gangolf sees in the river the famous boat that they've worked on. Prototype steamboat.
I built that. Or part of it.
And you remember they were looking for people to test it out.
That is true. You said you wanted a boat, right, Anders?
I do want a boat, yeah. No,
Why don't you buy that one?
because that looks like a very expensive boat.
But they're looking for people to test it, so maybe you can get like a good deal. Maybe Clementia can haggle for you.
You guys want a boat? We can put like a cannon
Cannons
on
on it, apparently.
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
you put on boats. What?
You want to know what's completely ineffectual against ghosts and wraiths?
Is it boats?
It's cannons.
It's cannons.
Also probably boats, but boats are good for getting around.
Thank you.
I don't mind haggling for it if we want to try something like that.
I can pilot a boat.
Hey, Gandalf, whatever happened to your pony?
He's fine.
And we have a pony and a horse somewhere?
Yeah, they're hitched at the stables outside the inn.
And if the boat's big enough, look at the size of it. We can put 2 ponies on a horse, or 3 ponies on a horse.
we could put two ponies on a horse.
We can put as many ponies and horses as you want on there. 10 at least.
Okay.
Let's just stick with the one of each. For
Okay.
now.
Well, I mean, there's 4 of us, so we could probably double down on that. Make it a 4-way of horses.
God damn it.
I feel like our entire trip here has been doubling down, to be honest.
Yep. Should I roll my haggle?
Yes, when you approach the boat to look it up, the dwarven engineer who was in charge approaches your group, and after discussing matters for a time, he is willing. Success on haggle.
I'm gonna. Can I aid her for a bonus to that? Is that okay?
Yeah, make a actually prove to him that you're a good boatsman. So that would be what's your? I think it's endurance, the skill that you would use for your, or is it like pilot boat?
What about sail?
Sail. Yeah, sure, sail. That makes a lot of sense.
You start talking about all the
Oh,
things.
I'm for sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a fate point on that, or whatever it is. Fortune, whatever.
Fortune.
Fortune
Yeah,
point.
I'm just gonna burn all of those on right now. Is probably what's gonna happen. I got 4 of them, so I'm just gonna keep it going.
All right.
I got 4. Might as well just knock them out there.
2.
Yep, let's
That's
just
getting worse. Oh no.
Nailed it!
3.
Look at that! Plus 3 to it. 3 points down. I got 1 left.
He was.
Really good, I
I'm a
swear.
bang-on sailor.
Yeah. He stumbled over his words like 3 times during the conversation, but the dwarf sees that, in the end, Anders is actually proficient in sailing and he's a competent sailor.
I tried to speak Dwarvish. That's what was the mistake.
You just ended
I
up
squatted
insulting
down
him.
to his level. I'm just-
Clementia picks him up by the ear.
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
I didn't-
He's
I
an
didn't-
asshole.
I didn't want to be rude. He's craning his neck to look up at me.
I'm a dwarf, son. I don't have a neck.
That's what I'm saying. How do you gotta tip over like a teapot?
Didn't you see all the illustrations in the book? I'm just
Just
all
very
muscle.
beefy shoulders to head. It's
Like a keg of fish plant sail.
like a King of his fancy.
I was willing to just ask for about 100 gold crowns to pay for insurance in case y'all damage my ship or you end up dead in the river. But seeing as how you're good sailors and very good at haggling, lady, I'll let it go for 50 gold crowns.
You can take it out of my gut.
Yes, because I don't think I have that much. Yeah, I got
All right.
7.
Yeah, you can take it out of his cut. You would have the ship for a month.
Guys, we got a boat.
Yeah, you have a boat.
So everybody would get 175 golden crowns from the boat.
I'm sorry, we have the boat for a month, or we have the boat in a month?
No, for a month.
So all that money is to rent the boat?
It's his.
The 50 gold, yeah.
It's 50 from his 175. We would all get 175, assuming I sold the boat or book, which we can. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just more of stuck on the 50 gold to temporarily have the boat.
Yep.
Yes, well, I don't. You know, listen, I don't know how wizarding works, but I know how boating works, and it's usually very expensive to own a boat. Also, now that we're out of earshot of the dwarf, and I'm pretty sure they don't have elf ears, because of the fact that they're dwarves. Once we get the boat, it's just us on there, and a pony, and a horse, and a cannon or two. And I'm pretty sure that Clementia has a way with not returning things. So if we just take the boat,
Excuse me.
I feel like possession is 9/10 of whatever laws that Clementia tells us there are.
Oh God!
We don't have to return the boat.
Not how it works.
Are we stealing the boat?
I mean, technically, I paid for it for a month, so for the next 30 or so days, we're not.
We
stealing
haven't
the boat.
stolen it yet.
Right,
But after that, we will have done.
Listen, day 31,
Right?
and from what you said earlier, the steamboat, which is what this is, goes very much faster than a regular sailboat. So if we hit open waters, we just chug along.
Right.
Why don't we? We'll cross
Open waters like the sea?
That's where you go sailing.
We're going to the sea. Why are we going to the sea?
To run away from the wraith.
Oh, wait, we're running away from the wraith now? When did this happen?
God damn it!
Like we had an agreement that we would get the money and go after the wraith person.
We'll shoot it with the cannons first, and if the cannons don't work, then we're gonna get the heck out of there.
Oh, we can't get there by sea. Or
How
by
do you
river.
know?
Or by water. Or by... Why do we have this boat?
We can go up the rivers.
We gotta go deal with the other shit, or I'm taking this boat back because this is technically.
You can't pilot the boat.
I could pay somebody else to do it, sweetheart.
Shit.
She looks at him.
Shit.
You may.
Damn it. She's got to be there. She can pay for almost anything with money. That's true.
Uh-huh.
You have money too.
That's sort of how money works.
Uh-huh.
Fine, we'll
But
go kill the wraith.
Clementia, while we're dealing with selling this book, there's something I could probably use your assistance with.
Sure.
My family had an old deed to some magic armaments, proof of ownership and all. When my family was killed, that paperwork went missing. And the city being this large, maybe it turned up here.
Clementia would take heart to that because her dead father. Yeah, I can ask somebody before we ship out tomorrow. I'll see if it's here or if anybody has heard anything about it.
I appreciate it. And it, not only sentimental, it also pragmatic magic weapons against magic threats.
Ooh, I rolled my gossip, so I'll let you decide what that does, Simon.
The elven blade that Galarian was talking about is normally a sword that is given to the Lord Masters of Oath. An elegant two-handed sword that is both a symbol of rank, status, wealth, and knowledge and power in Ulthuan, the Elven lands. And as we end the session tonight, the information that you've gathered as the whereabouts of the blade, well, you'll see in the following scene. Because high above the manor, the Graf's estate,
God damn it. I knew it.
peering outside from his balcony towards Reik, this older gentleman, his skin gray-white, his beard long and braided, black beard with one streak of white running along the middle of it. He has a fine elven two-handed sword strapped to his back, and he looks to a wraith that floats in midair and says, "Then let them come." And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Unaware of the conversations of let's just get the fuck out of here, he's like, "Let them come."
And they'll never will.
Fast forward to like 4 years later, he's like, "Let them come."
Any time now. I'm sure they'll be here.
In a moment.
And you just see us tugging along on the ocean. Like Lieutenant Dan from fucking Forrest Gump. What did you guys do? We were zombie hunters and then we just started shrimping. Oh no. It's a great business. I stole the boat.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah, there's one tiny...
They're all zombies.
You embark on the boat the next morning to leave Reik to find the dwarf already on the boat.
Of course there is, Simon.
Because he's not going anywhere. It's his boat.
Yeah.
Well, it's yours for a time
We can
being.
push him off the boat.
He's got to take down all the data, so he's got to go with the boat.
Yep.
It's international waters. Anything could happen.
Anders, we're not killing a fucking dwarf.
But, you know...
And on that note...
Just fades out on him going,
Just wait. I think the credits roll and you can still hear Anders in the background.
But and then you just give me the stuff. Ugh.
Just make him forget we exist. Well, I have the spell Mind Slip, and I could just make him forget. It technically says that it erases their memory of me. Would I be able to expand it to me and friends?
Probably, but we'd have to check that out next week.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Fire him out of the cannon. That's what chat says. Perfect. Guys, that was a hell of an episode of Blood on the Reik. That's about average for this campaign and this cast.
No, tonight was particularly hilarious. And I think I asked chat earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and give you all a bonus 100 XP.
"Oh, thank you."
Ironically, we finished our party long-term goal, and I finished my personal long-term goal, which is pretty great.
Might work as well.
So, yeah, guys, that was an amazing episode. My face hurts from laughing. So let's go around, do our introductions, and get the hell out of here. We'll start with the wonderful Cherry. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to, girl?
I'm Cherry Babam. I've been playing a lot of GTA again. I'm opening up a strip club this week. That ought to be fun.
And she'll be playing more GTA.
Nancy's opening up her strip club, and there's
I hear Gandalf is your #1 customer.
Gandalf will be sitting in the front room, and some people are trying to kill her, so it could be extra spicy. I may hop on stream tonight, but definitely tomorrow.
Nice. Speaking of Gandalf and being the best customer at a strip club, Sheep, who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to, man?
Hello there. I am Sheepdog. You can find me by searching for me. Don't be lazy.
Perfect. That being said, let's jump over to Justin. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Justin. I'm the community manager for Mage Hand Press, and we sell books for D&D 5th edition, or 5th edition is the world's most popular role-playing game. Please don't sue me, wizards. It was an accident. Anyways, if you go to magehandpress.com, you can find all sorts of books that we sell, or you can join us on Patreon for a whopping $3 a month to get all of the books, except for Dark Matter.
Sweet. You guys can also get some of these books if you go donate during our monthly 12-hour charity streams. We are sponsored by Mage Hand, so we're giving out coupons for Dark Matter. We're also giving out supplements as well, so definitely check that out. That being said, let's jump over to last but definitely not least, Simon. Who are you? Where can we find you? And what are you up to?
Hi, I'm Simon at Wondering_DM on Twitter, WonderingDM on Twitch. You can find me on here every Thursday or Fridays, Mondays, Saturdays on my channel, WonderingDM, and Sundays on Soulbear RPG, playing DMing a bunch of games. By the way, I've published today a small supplement for the world's oldest role-playing game for Dungeons & Dragons on the DM's Guild. If you're interested in Rangers or Beastmaster Rangers, I've published a small document with a bunch of companion spells that you can use in your campaign. So if you want to check that out, it's in my tweets. You can click on the link and go check it out.
Oh, you can say D&D because you're on DM's Guild.
I'm on the DM's Guild, so D&D.
Fantastic, guys. Just a reminder, that 12-hour charity stream is March 30th. That is the next one. We're already raised over $1,000 this year. We're trying to break 10 grand like we did last year, so definitely mark your calendars for that. It's 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on that Saturday. If you guys would be so kind, please join us in our Discord so you can be part of the community and part of the conversation. And if you guys want to support the channel, the best way to do so is by joining us over on Patreon for even just $1 a month. That being said, we're going to go host and raid our friend Greg over at Tales from the Grim. He is currently playing some D&D 5e to be exact here, and it's an amazing game. So definitely go check that out. They're doing some Dungeon of the Mad Mage. And from all of us to you guys, bye bye.